Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, how are you? I hope all of you are fine and healthy wherever you are now. So everyone, today I'm going to give you an explanation about Malang City tour. I know that some of you feel sad because we cannot do the Malang City tour. Yeah, it's because coronavirus, but that's fine. We're gonna do something positive. One of them is study. So just stay at home and listen to this video. Well, I want to begin with the differences between tour leader and tour guides. I hope you will be not understood about the differences between tour leader and tour guide. So for the tour leader, they have job for leading a group of tour and give general information. Remember, only general information about the destination. And the second one, they escort the group tour from the beginning of the trip till the group going back home. So it's a complete start from the beginning until the end. And the third, they work with the crew driver and co-driver, hotel representative, restaurant manager, tour guide, and tour leader of the group. And then they also prepare the tourist need. Then finally, they give briefing in the beginning of the tour. So that's the job of tour leader. How about tour guide? The tour guides, they give the information about the destination in details. Remember, in details, much more details than the tour leader give. And the second one, they stay or guide the tourists in one or specific destination only. They also make sure the tourists understand about the information, and they also make the tourists feel comfortable and happy during the tour. And the last one, they explain about the local attraction site, like the history, culture, the unique things, the specific food or way of life in the local area. So now you already know the differences. Tour leader and tour guide have the different job. I hope all of you already got it. Okay, and then the next one is briefing. I have told you before that every tour must begin with a briefing. This briefing is very important because the tourists should know everything about the destination, the custom, and what they have to do during the trip. And tour leader can hold the briefing in a place where people can hear and see you well and where they are comfortable with the place. Many briefings take place at the places like hotels, or you could even be on a bus at the start of the sort. So the content of the briefing usually opening, welcoming, company profile, introduction, crews and tour members to each other, and then tour information, itinerary, destination, time, vehicle or transportation, and meals, and then customs, do or dance. Usually it is related to the cultures. The next one is about safety rules, and the last one is question and answer session. So for briefing, You already did it very well. And I hope for the tour leader, they could hold the briefing very well as well. Here, I already give you some example of briefing speech on the bus. I will read it for you. Hello everyone. On behalf of Sunshine Tours, I'd like to welcome you all to Lombok, Indonesia. Thank you for choosing our tour as your holiday partner, for example. And then you can start introduce yourself. My name is Francisca Darmawan. You can call Franz, and I will be your tour leader during your stay in Malang. And you have to tell them about your job, yeah. And then you can start introducing the crews. In my left side, there is a driver who will accompany us during our trip in Lombok. His name is Mr. Sardi. He is a professional driver, blah blah blah, and etc. And then you can start giving tour information. For example, well, ladies and gentlemen, now I will tell you about our program during your stay in Lombok Island. For your program, you stay in Lombok for 2 days and 2 nights in Sengigi Beach Hotel. And today is the first day you stay in Lombok Island. And you can start your information by explaining the itinerary. And you can read by yourself here. The last one, you have to ask whether they understood about your explanation. You got it? Okay. Next, move on. So here, this information will be useful for local or on-site guide. Yeah. Okay, so I remind you again that local or on-site guide, they only guide in a specific destination. They stay at the destination, they don't move or they don't join your bus, maybe. And here there are some expression that you can use for showing place and interest. For example, in front of you is Monas. On your right or left, you will see Monas. Up ahead, or you can use others expression. On your left, you will see, as we turn the corner here, you will see in the distance, if you look up, you will notice off to the north, look to the east, but I don't recommend you to use north, east, west, yeah, because sometimes they don't know where the north is, where the west is. So you can use the next expression. For example, in a few minutes, we'll passing. We are not coming up to, as you will see, you may have noticed, take a good look at, I'd like to point out, keep your eyes open full. That's the expression of showing place and interest. You can use that expression when you are guiding. Okay. Next, we go to our destination. So, if I'm not mistaken, the first destination is in Alun-Alun Tugu or Tugu Monuments. So, when you are explaining in the destination, you have to explain about this following information. First, where is it located? What can people see there? What is the history of the place? What is the meaning of Tugu Monument for Malang people? Because every building has their own meaning from the local people. And 5, what does Tugu Monument have shape like that? So you have to understand the philosophy of the shape Yeah. And the last one, what do people do in alun-alun Tugu nowadays? So maybe you can explain about the function right now. Okay, you get it? So for those who make a video about alun-alun Tugu, you have to cover the information, at least 6 of this. Yeah, okay. Next, Malang City Hall. Because Malang City Hall is located near alun-alun Tugu, you have to explain as well. And the information will cover where is it located, where is the function of this building, what is the history of the place, when was this hall built, who built this hall, and how is the architecture of the building. So you have to explain why it was built like this. Yeah, it has white window, and why um, maybe it has what is it, two stairs, two floors, or something like that. And then let's move to Jodipan. So you have to explain about what kind of village is it, what is the special about the village, what was the history behind the making of such colorful village, and you have to find out, does the government support it, and you have to explain what are neighboring villages and what else make this village special. You have to tell about the information related to Jodipat. For example, you can also add some information about this one. This is Kali Brantas, yeah, one of the big river in East Java. And then let's move on to Alun-Alun Merdeka. So it's same like before in guiding in Alun-Alun Malang. You have to explain about where is it located, what is the function of this place, what can people see there, what is the history of the place, and what are the buildings that surround Alun-Alun Malang, because you will find many historical buildings there, such as Sarina, KPP, and then Emmanuel Church, and etc. And you can also explain about the function of the square. What do people do in Malang nowadays? I'm sorry. And then move to Masjid Jami. You have to know about the history of Masjid Jami and explain of this following information. Where is it located? What is special about the mosque? What do people do in it? Can everyone enter the mosque? What should a non-Muslim do if she or he wants to enter mosque? And when and why are there thousands of people on Friday around midday? Yeah, because yeah, it will be an interesting information about Masjid Jami when people visit Masjid Jami 5 times a day, and mostly in midday. Yeah, okay. And then we move to Kayu Tangan Heritage. Yeah, it's one of new destination in Malang, and you have to find out much information about Kayu Tangan Heritage. Please explain about this following information. Where is it located? What is special about this village? What is the history of this place? Who used to live in the houses at Kayu Tangan? What can you find in this place? and what are the famous buildings in this area. If you never been there before, you can find the information or what can you see there through YouTube because there are some video about kayu tangan heritage. And then the last one, we talk about bus tour guide, yeah, because some of you will be bus tour guide. So bus tour guide usually guides on the bus and they will guide during the tour. Usually it is just for waiting or placing the tourists when they are waiting for the next destination. And there are some consideration that you have to think before you guide on the bus. The first one is check microphone before the tour begins because sometimes it doesn't work. So if it doesn't work, you have to try to fix it soon. Yeah. And then the next one, find good spot to stand comfortably because sometimes yeah your head will hit the roof, yeah, if you are high, I'm sorry, if you are tall enough. So just find a good spot to stand comfortably and make it sure you can see all the tourists from your spot. And the next one, you have to consider the right and left side because your position is in contrast to them. Your left side is their right side. Yeah, remember that. And then the last one, you have to notice what the tourists do during the trip. For example, when they feel that they are sleepy, just stop it. Yeah, you can ask them to take a rest, something like that. And here, I will give the example of bus tour guide speech on the bus. Yeah, you can start with the opening, introduction, main, and closing. I will read it for you. For example, the opening. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our company, Apindo Tour and Travel, I want to say selamat pagi and selamat datang di Jakarta. It is our common greeting to greet you, which means good morning and welcome to Jakarta. Anyway, how are you today? It's really nice to hear that. That's the example of opening. And you can read by yourself about the introduction, main, and closing. I will give you the PPT after this. And then let's move on to the destination. So I hope for you who will be responsible as bus tour guide, you have to explain at least two destinations. The first one is Simpang Balapan. It is in front of Poltekkes, yeah, and then Ijan Boulevard because it's very nice to tell about those destinations. For Simpang Balapan, you have to explain about where is it located, what can be found in the garden, what do you know about the statue. Yeah, the statue is Hamid Rusdi, and you have to tell about who is Hamid Rusdi and where was the statue located before because the first statue is not located here. You have to find out. And then the next one is Ijen Boulevard. It is one of the icon or Malang landmarks. It's very famous. You have to tell about those information. What do you know about Ijen Boulevard? What is an attractive destination in Malang, who used to live in the houses at Ijen Straat in the past. Yeah. So Straat is Dutch language, yeah, street in English. And then what can you find in the boulevard? And then you can also tell what do people do at Ijen Boulevard nowadays. For example, on Sunday, many people come to have car free day, and you can tell what activities that you can do in car free day. For example, shopping. Okay, so I think closing yet, and then I can close the tour. So here the step. The first one is close the tour. Tell that the tour is over. And the second one, collect the feedbacks from them. And the third is remind, double check before leaving. And the last one, thank you and say goodbye for the tourists. And here we'll give you some example of closing remark by tour leader. For example, like this. Ladies and gentlemen, now we come to the end of the tour. I hope you enjoyed the tour with us. On behalf of my company, Vida Tours and Travel, we would like to say thank you for choosing us as your holiday partner while you are in Bali. We also need your feedback for the improvement of our service. We are very grateful if all of you will give good review on Google Form that we shared. And don't forget to recommend our tour to other relatives and friends. Thank you for your attention and cooperation. Before you leave the bus, please check your personal belongings and goodbye from now. And here we are closing on the bus. You can read by yourself. And then this one, I summarize the closing. Closing usually done by tour guide and tour leader. You can read by yourself. Yeah. And I also provide hospitality checklist. Yeah. When you are guiding, you have to consider this kind of checklist. The first, the guide greets visitor as soon as they arrive. So you have to greet them. And then the guide tries to make the guests feel welcome. Yes, so you have to be friendly here. And the last one, the guide has a good team service. Yeah, so you have to work with other members of the crew and make it sure that everything is okay during the tour. Okay, so that's all my explanation about Malang City tour. I hope everyone uh, will do your best to perform on your video. For example, TLL or to leader, you have to give a best briefing, start from the opening and closing. And for bus tour guide, yeah, you have to perform very well. You are pretending on the bus and explaining about the destination, the building that you pass. And the last one for tour guide for each destination. I hope you are creative enough when you are guiding. You can provide it with pictures. You can also pretending like you are in the destination. Yeah, it's up to you. But please uh, give the best performance. Yeah, because it will be scored for the first as your first guiding. You get the point? Okay, I'm willing to answer any question through WA or new LMS. Yeah, I think I'll have to end this video. Thank you very much for listening to this video. Stay at home and do something productive, guys. I'll see you next week, maybe. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.